Today's video, we're going to take a little different tact. Edward, the man behind the camera and behind the videos, he's building his own side hustle business in the videography space, and he has a question for me which I'm going to answer right now. With this question, we're going to take this in two different directions. Firstly, we're going to answer Edward's question from my perspective specifically, and then we're going to take it into a more broader general business direction around when you shouldn't push too hard for the cash from your clients. Edward's trying to build up his business. He's got the position already where he's doing events for a certain club. They've signed off on a contract. There's a certain amount of deliverables to be given in that contract, and now they're asking for a little bit more, which isn't overbearing, but it is beyond the scope of what they've originally signed up for. So in essence, in the normal course of business, that should be an extra charge to the client because they're asking for something additional to what's in the contract. But putting myself in Edward's shoes, I'm trying to build my business as quickly as I possibly can and have as many raving fans as possible. So what do I do in this situation? Do I take the money today or do I say no to it? And if I do, why do I say no? So my recommendation around this is early on in business, there'll be things that you'll do that you wouldn't do once your business is, so to speak, up and running and at a cruising altitude, to use the airplane analogy. If we were to tell the client, yeah, we can do that, but there's an extra charge associated to that, they might not be bothered. They'd be like, that's completely fine. It wasn't in the original scope. It wasn't in the original concept, and we're happy to pay for that. But early on, what is more valuable to a business owner than money in the bank? Well, in my opinion, it's opportunity. It's the opportunity to say no to something today that will lead to 2 and 3 yeses tomorrow that will give me a greater benefit. So one reason that I would be happy to go, hey guys, normally we don't do this because it falls outside the scope, but because you've supported our business, particularly in the early stages, as an act of goodwill, we want to provide this to you as a part of what you've already invested in us. Now, I know from what Edward said is there's other opportunities that are available with this business and other people who they deal with. That is a big rider in this situation. So for example, if it was a one of one and you didn't think there was any chance of any further work in the future, I might be more inclined to go, no, it's outside of the scope and needing to charge for it. But in this case, if there's a greater opportunity and the request is not that demanding, it's not like they're asking him to do a whole day of work for nothing. It is an additive to what he is already doing, which isn't too much of a stretch. So my recommendation, back in the day when I was starting out, there was one thing that I still tell people to this day. When you start out in business, there'll be things that you say yes to today that you will be not saying yes to in 2-3 years' time. But they help you get to where you want to go as quickly as possible. So long as the benefit you derive or the perceived benefit you derive from doing that extra is greater than the cash component. You don't want people taking advantage of you, but at the same time, if you can establish some goodwill and actually use that as an opportunity to tell the client it's beyond the scope, I'm doing this because I want to build goodwill and I'm wanting to build my business, and is there any way you can help me? People will be highly likely to want to help you out because you've gone a little bit further for them as well. How do we broaden this out to your businesses that are at that cruising altitude, that have built the team and who are continuing to grow? Well, the one challenge we see is when businesses are asking for clients to pay for outstanding bills, but at the same time, they're also asking to win more work from them. How do you balance that situation of going, hey, your account is overdue and you should have paid this account 2 weeks ago, versus I'm also trying to grow my business and balance that out with not getting paid by them, but wanting to do more work with them? I ultimately put it down to entrepreneurial risk. So in the CFO role, we disclose, yes, they should be paying, but at the same time, it's very hard to tell them to hurry up and pay when at the same time you're asking to win more work from them. This is the entrepreneurial risk and the entrepreneurial balance of trying to work out what is that fine line between not taking on too much credit risk, i.e. they won't pay us, versus, hey, they'll pay us, but we have to carry the debt a little bit longer than we'd like to, but knowing that there's a high probability we'll win more work in the future. So they're the times me as an accountant are happy to leave money on the table But you can see what's the greater good? Potentially winning more sales in the future, which is going to help me grow my business. So long as we're not doing it that's either being taken advantage of, either with our time or risk of not being paid at all.